Okay, so sticking TrueBrakes. We've had some customers with where they have a problem with the brake not releasing all the way. Now we've identified that this is caused by this spring here, the potentiometer return spring. In certain circumstances, it's just not powerful enough to overcome the friction of the potentiometer. Inside here there's some grease that sort of causes a damping effect, and sometimes it just changes inside here, and the friction increases, and then this spring can't overcome it. So you end up with the brake sometimes sat slightly on, which is not satisfactory. So what we do now, so from the beginning of March 2021, we started fitting a slightly longer spring. So if you can see these two springs here, the one on the right is the one that we now fit, and that sorts the problem out. So if you have this problem, we can send you the replacement spring and you can replace it yourself. So to change the spring, you're going to need what we use is a 4mm spanner or wrench, and a 4mm nut driver. So you can undo this lock nut. So there's two nuts there tightened up against each other, so you have to undo the outer one. Okay. Now, to make life a little more difficult for you, when we initially put these together, that we put some Loctite thread lock on the threads. So yeah, it can be a little tricky to undo. So to get this next one off, you use some long nose pliers. Just pull the spring back, carefully hold the shaft, and then wind the nut off. You've got to be careful not to bend the shaft of the potentiometer, because it's only thin, and if you bend it, it's not going to go well. So just don't do that. Okay, so we have that off. Now, at this stage, it'd be a good idea to get a bit of something to just wipe the potentiometer down the shaft. If there's any grease on there, get it off, and then push it through. Same on this side. Get rid of any grease. Okay, when you get your new spring, it will come with two new nuts there. So get the new spring on. Okay, so then just use your finger. It can be a bit awkward. Just use your fingers to pull it back, and then let's see. Let's just zoom in here. You see, there's a section with that's not threaded. So if you just get the new nut on there, and then so wind the nut up just up to the end of the threaded bit there. So right there. Yeah, don't go any further than that. Okay, and then get your other nut. Get that in. Okay, and then just zoom out here. And get your wrench and your and then just tighten these up against each other again. Don't overdo it, because if you strip the threads, you're in trouble. So just fiddly. Okay, so there we go. Just gently tighten those up against each other. I think you can probably see that it's returning quicker than it was previously. So yeah, so that's that fixed. So if you get that bit done, and then follow the other video. There's another video on our YouTube channel showing how to remove and replace the potentiometer, and you should be able to put your TrueBrake back together, and you're back in business. If you have any trouble trying to do this, then get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do to help you. Okay, thanks.